OK, let's get started. And it's that time of the week again when we put what women have been up to, or indeed saying about other women, under the microscope in our feature, It's a Woman's World. First up, actress Felicity Kendall has been speaking to the Mail on Sunday about her frustrations with labelling her long-term relationship with Michael Rudman. I know everyone does it, where you say, this is my partner, but this isn't a business. We're not a limited company. I'm not a partner. I'm not running a financial organisation. He's my boyfriend, she said. So, is it OK for a woman of a certain age to still call her man her boyfriend, Carol?
Yes, of course it is. Well, it is. I agree with her. I hate that kind of, this is my partner. You know, like, she's right. It's not a business. It's not a contract. I love the word boyfriend. In fact, I used to call... Yeah, if someone used to look at me, I used to call them my boyfriend. I loved it.
That was wishful thinking, though.
I did, honestly. If I was in a bar and someone was talking to me, the next day I'd come in and say, oh, I've got a new boyfriend. That's my boyfriend over there. Danny Dye was my boyfriend for ages.
That's
and so
true.
was Russell Brand, you know.
You nearly forgot his name.
Russell.
Oh, my God.
See, it's been so long.
It has.
But no, now I do love calling Mark my boyfriend. Even though he's my fiancé, I do still call him my boyfriend. And I love it when he calls me his girlfriend. And I think it's because I've never had... I mean, I have had a lot of relationships and boys in my life, but I've never actually had that conversation where you say to someone... Are you my boyfriend? Am I your girlfriend? Yes, and then it becomes official. I love it. I just love it. I'm not going to stop.
I couldn't ever have done that. I could never have called Peter my boyfriend. I mean, he was nearly 40 when I met him, for goodness sake.
What's that got to do with it?
I think if you're under 30, I think it's an age thing. I'd feel comfortable if, you know, Mark was my boyfriend. Because I think under 30...
I bet you would.
I think that would be fine. But I agree with Felicity. I don't like the term partner at all. No. I think it's horrible. It's what people talk, what they call themselves when they're together, but actually, and they're in a married relationship, but they don't want to be called married. I mean, I've got a friend who's been with her partner for 40 years and has got 3 kids, and they don't want to get married, and they're partners. But I just don't like it.
I think as well, these days, when people say partner, you don't know whether they mean male or female.
That's
so
true.
It can lead to some very embarrassing conversations sometimes when you're not quite sure exactly how it's going.
What did you call Peter when you introduced him to people? Did you say, this is my doctor?
Yeah. My personal doctor. My man. Well, don't you think we need a new term?
Yeah,
I mean, because if you're in a long-term, you know, sort of casual-ish relationship...
my granny had a boyfriend right up until she died, and she was 78, 79, and he was called Willie. He was lovely. Hello, Willie, if you're watching. And she called him her beau. And I thought that was a lovely term, a really old-fashioned term. They used to, you know, they'd step out together and go to the tea dances, you know, and this sort of thing.
I don't like any labels. I think it's horrible to have a label. My boyfriend, my girlfriend, my husband, my wife. I hate partner. My brother's been married not married, I mean, they've been together for 34 years, and he just says Miami. So why can't you just call somebody their name? I hate it. I remember somebody coming up to me not long ago and saying, have you got a boyfriend? I went, no, don't say boyfriend.
You don't want a boyfriend, you want a man, don't you?
Yes, I want a boy, I want a man. A gynaecologist would do.
OK, next up, fashion editor Lisa Armstrong's been investigating what women really want when they go clothes shopping. Visiting a high street department store, one lady working in the underwear department disclosed that you wouldn't believe how many men come in here buying red satin sets for their girlfriends and how many girlfriends come back to exchange them for sports bras and Spanx. So, are us girls more likely to trust other women to choose the right sort of things, whether it's under or outer garments?
Well, I wouldn't trust anybody, really, to go and do my shopping for me. I'd rather do it myself. But I hate saying this because it's not very sisterly, but I don't really trust women as far as clothes are concerned. And I'll tell you why, because I have certain things in my wardrobe which I haven't thrown away because they were quite expensive. And they're the things the things that I really don't like are all the things that I've bought when I've been shopping with other women.
Have they?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, why
but
do they do that then, do you think?
I don't know. I think women have got this inbuilt thing that they don't want other women to look better than them. I do.
Oh, you see,
I know it's terrible.
I could buy for you.
I've probably done it.
I could buy for you.
Yeah, go on.
Well, I'd get a lovely flowery maxi dress with pretty petals on and a mop hat with a big bow on it. I think that would make her look nice, don't you?
See, I rest my case. You see, you want me to wear something that I just wouldn't wear that doesn't suit me.
Yes, and you look
would
stupid
stand there
in.
and go, you look absolutely fantastic.
You know, Carol, I think I could buy for you because I think you and I have got fairly similar tastes and we like things that have... Oh, no, not shapes. I'd love to have Carol's shape. A lot taller. But we like quite plain things. And I know if you rang me in a panic and said, I need something for tonight, I want it to be straight... I think I would kind of know where to go to.
You might have a good idea, yeah.
Well, I think
wouldn't buy you a maxi
if you put Carol in a black plastic bag, she'd look good, to be honest.
True.
Because she's just one of those sort of people.
I used to go out in a black plastic bag. I did. When I was a punk rocker, that's what I used to wear.
See, but I must just say, the
look
one
fine.
person that was really good at choosing clothes was my ex. He had fantastic style, so like suits and jackets and things. He was very, very good at that. I will give him that.
I was just going to say the same, actually.
Really?
Well, yeah, my Peter's brilliant. He honestly loves going shopping for women's clothes. He really does. And I mean, he likes nothing better.
Women's
well,
clothes?
excuse me, yeah. And he, not for me, that is. And he loves just sticking me in the cubicle and just passing me things to put on. He just says, "Here, this will look lovely on you." Try it. And
nice,
he's always
nice
right.
frilly
And he's-
underwear and things?
No. We draw the line. Not underwear. No, I wouldn't trust anybody to.
I don't know how anybody would
pick
buy a
underwear
bra
for
for
me.
you because
No.
it's like a hammock, isn't it? I mean that in the nicest possible
Changing
sense.
the subject now, Sherrie.
Because they're very big.
Actually, talking of underwear, I have to say, when I was playing the Mother Abbess in The Sound of Music, I was very depressed about wearing this one very plain black frock. I mean, no offence to nuns, I love nuns and everything, but, you know, serge is just not my fabric. And so the wardrobe mistress said, well, why don't we get you some nice underwear to go under it, so you know, just cheer you up a bit. And they got me some agent provocateur underwear, which was which I'd never bought myself, but it didn't really go with the habit. Under the nun's habit. I didn't like it, actually. It didn't feel right. It wasn't right for my character.
Oh, I shall never look at a nun in the same way.
That's why you should wear good underwear, because it does make you feel sexy. You have to wear it matching all the time.
That's true.
She does.
I
You
do.
never know when you might get hit by a bus, that's what I think. Always be matching.
I'm not thinking about getting hit by a bus when I put my underwear on. I'm like a man, maybe.
OK, time for a break.